First, good day, everyone. So today we are going to discuss the Unit 5 of our Mathematics 10, which is all about the probability. So yung previous unit natin is all about the permutations and combinations. So now we'll be proceeding with our next unit, which is the probability. And we'll start with the basic concepts of probability. So probably yung ilan sa inyo or na discuss nyo na during your grade 8 days yung probability. So now balikan natin ano nga ba si probability. So by definition, probability refers to the likelihood for something to happen. It is also often referred to as the measure of chance. So ibig sabihin yung probability natin is like the game of chance. And kumbaga ito yung ano yung probability na lalabas yung result na ating hinihingi. So these are some of the basic terms or some of the terms that people encounter in this unit. So the first one we have the experiments. So by definition, experiments in probability are the activities with observable results. So example given, we have tossing a coin or rolling a die. So kapag sinabi natin experiment, kumbaga ito yung action na ginagawa natin. Next term is the outcome or the outcomes. These are the possible results of the experiment. So ano ba yung example ng outcome? So halimbawa dun sa ating given example na experiment na tossing a coin, ano yung possible outcomes niya? So nandyan, na lalabas ay head or lalabas ay tail or kumbaga tao o cross. And another example for rolling a die. So ano yung possible outcomes or possible results niya? So nandyan yung 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So those are just some of the example of outcomes. Next is the sample space. So yung sample space ay kumbaga hindi lang siya sa statistics natin may encounter. So we also have sample space and probability. So sample space is the set of all possible outcomes of an experiment. So kumbaga, kung babalikan natin yung set, yung ating sample space ay yung ating universal set or uh, yung lahat ng possible outcomes na lalabas sa isang experiment. So example, we have sa experiment na tossing a coin. So ang kanyang sample space ay head at saka tail. So dalawa lang ang kanyang elements ng kanyang sample space. Whereas sa rolling a die, ano yung kanyang sample space? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And normally ang sample space natin ay naka-enclose sa bracket. Next, we also have the event. So this is the subset of any possible outcomes for an experiment. So kumbaga ay kapag sinabi natin subset, siya ay part ng ating sample space. So for example, ang ating event ay event A is equal to the number of times an even number will occur when we roll a die. So experiment natin, we are going to roll a die. And then yung ating event is lahat ng even numbers. So in this given example, so our subset will be 2, 4, and 6. So again, ang event natin ay yung lalabas ay even number. So another event will be or another event can be a set. Another example ng event could be a set of ano yung probability na odd number naman yung lalabas kapag nag-roll tayo ng die. And of course, we will also be encountering this simple event. So ito ay on our next lesson. So by definition, so let's have the definition first. Simple event is an event involving a single element of the sample space. So later on our next lesson, we'll be dealing with the simple event. Okay, so again, so let's have a summary of the basic terms or the different terms that we will encounter in probability. So the first one, we have the experiment, and an example is tossing a coin. And its sample space will be S is equal to, bracket siya, head or tail, or we are going to represent it by H and T. So sample space, so lahat na yan ang possible outcome kapag nag-toss tayo ng coin. And events, so our event A can be, a head will occur. So ang probability niya ay, The set will be age lamang kasi ang hinihingi lang naman ay head. And another event will be a tail will occur. So ang kanyang set will be T lamang yung nakalagay. So ito yung example natin kanina. Another example, rolling a dice experiment. The sample space is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And ang event is an even number appears. So kumbaga, we have to make sure na lahat ng lalabas sa event ay nasa sample space. So as you can notice, yung 2, 4, and 6 ay nasa ating sample space or nasa universal set natin which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so for additional reference, so you can check out your math time, volume number 3, page 35. So naandun din yung ating other discussions about the basic terms or concepts in probability. So that will be all. So you can proceed with our activity.